Hi everyone, it's Margaret Manning here with 60 and Me. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you're doing great wherever you are. I do know that these are very challenging, hard times, and I just want to thank you for taking the time to join us here. We're on this journey together. Now, this video is about female friendships and the life-sustaining value of having women in our lives who are close friends. We have so many different, people like our partners and our family who are kind of on the front line. They see us every day, or hear from us every day perhaps, but they are the ones that, and we go to for support. But our female friends, I think, offer a completely different lens on our reality. We are like-minded, we are perhaps of a similar age group, although it doesn't have to be. And, there's just some commonality, some shared passion for life that we're prepared then to go a little deeper in those conversations and, really get something that's more life-affirming and positive. Now, one of our bloggers, Romney Humphrey, wrote an article on this topic, and I'm going to talk a little about what she talked about, her own experience, and relate it to me and my own with 60 and Me. I really do believe that 60 and Me has an important role to play during this time. We are women. We are women over 50. We are 50, 60, 70, 80, and we are sharing a common experience, our life experience, perhaps with family, relationships, with our downsizing, financial situation. We have some commonality that I think gives us strength, and it gives us that kind of connection that's very unique. Now, Romney talks about her own situation, and she said that, she's got a very large community of friends. And as soon as the COVID-19, pandemic began, she formed an email chain. They all got together and said, hey, let's just keep in touch with each other on email. We'll send emails about what we're doing, how we're, spending our time, how we're filling the empty spaces on all kinds of levels, and how we're sharing recipes, projects, that kind of thing. And so for a while they shared their stories and just got on with feeling like they were connected on email. And then of course time passed. Now, I wanted to remind you, for those of you maybe who don't know, is that when 60 and Me, or when the pandemic started, 60 and Me decided that we were going to do a daily FaceTime show. And this was really interesting, because every single day for several months, I got online and we talked and we held hands and we just shared and we cried, quite literally. And we just made this, relationship that we have on 60 and Me work. We encourage women to join our Patreon community, which you can still join. It's a smaller community of about 800 women. And we were doing, we still do exclusive videos, exclusive live shows. And that was a really kind of direct way, like the group that Romney had formed, to actually make it real every single day. We stopped doing that when things started to calm down, but in some ways I wish that we could continue, because it was so, so beautiful and so powerful to be just holding hands together. But basically what Romney did is, after several months of email, they decided, well, let's just turn this into a video exchange, and they did what so many thousands of people did. They started, talking on Zoom, talking on FaceTime, Skype, and that way they could show things. They could show more than the things they were doing, but they could show their faces. And I think that's actually such a powerful thing, when you can actually send a picture or get online and do video. It just transforms the whole communication to another level. So 6 months later, she says, and well, maybe you're watching this now even later than that, many of us are experiencing a second wave, and it's not good. It's not fun to be so tired and exhausted by this constant pressure to stay healthy and stay well. And, even with our family and friends, they're dealing with the same situation. But those group of women, if we can form a smaller group, if you can just find 2 or 3 women, or 5 or 6, or whatever you have in your network, and do regular calls, regular gatherings, even if it's every Friday night, do a drink, just get a glass of wine or water or whatever you drink, and just sit down together and do a cheers and look at each other in the eye and say, hey, we're here together. We're doing okay. We're going to make it. We're going to be okay. And Romney talks about her tribe. And I love that word, because it really does sound so raw, and so, sitting around the campfire tribe, where you're just kind of holding hands and, just sharing your deepest fears and your deepest joys, because I think that comes out of facing your fear. That's a joyful experience in some strange and wonderful way. But anyway, so she talks about her tribe. She has a book club and a writing club that she started. Now, Romney is, of course, she's a professional. This is what she does, and this is her life. But you can do it too. You don't have to be, an expert at Zoom or an expert at anything. You just have to figure out how to get everybody on the call at the same time and just talk. And I think that even though where you are, things may be calming down, I would think right now throughout most of the world, things are getting darker, the winter's coming, and there's more worry. And I just, don't mean to, sort of make it sound really harsh, but it's reality, and we have to change our mindset to accept this new reality. So just listening to a friend's voice can change everything. And having these kind of electronic living rooms is wonderful. I know with my grandchildren, I actually don't get to see them now, probably won't get to see them until the spring, but we do video calls and just seeing their little faces, even if they're just, playing on the floor with their trains or just, messing around in the kitchen or just sitting there doing a TikTok video or whatever they're doing, that somehow we're part of their lives. And I think that that's so, so important. But when all those things aside, when it comes right down to it, the women are the ones, our friends, our female friends are the ones who give us a deeper sense of strength and, just assurance that we're gonna do okay. And one of the things that Romney talks about, which I have found too, is so true. And that is that with women who we don't even know, like maybe just know casually, or a friend of a friend who just gets invited to join the party, they actually turn out sometimes to be the ones that you get the closest to, and that you somehow realize they've got a fresh lens on this. They can offer a different perspective on what you're all going through. And it's just, and so she talks about the, acquaintances that turn into secret friends. They kind of have that magic, and that's kind of, I love how that happens, how you find people who are just special, and they just suddenly, there's that connection. We both love this, or where did you come from? You should have been in my life forever. I really enjoy you. And that's the female energy that can just come in a moment. It doesn't need time. It's just like, wow, I know on our Patreon group, we have our Patreon group, which is a small group of women, at 800. We have private videos, private live shows just for our group. And women now are connecting. We have several that have got together with each other. We make friends at a totally different level. If you want to join, it's a subscribers group. And so you can join at patreon.com/60andme, Patreon. We'd love to have you join us because it's really fun. And that's where you can, if you're saying to yourself, okay, Margaret, this is a great video, but where am I going to make these friends? Where am I going to make these people who are in my tribe? Well, Patreon is one option for you. 60andme is such a big group. It's really challenging other than our channels, Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, Twitter, the places that we exist, Instagram. Yes, you can talk, but it's the seeing, it's the eyes, it's the connection that are really, really powerful. So we got to work with what we've got. If we, many of us are dreading the fall because it's probably going to bring not just COVID back, perhaps, but also flus. And it's going to mean that certain areas are probably going to go into some kind of lockdown again. And that's not fun because it's just tiring. It's just exhausting, but it is what we've got. And, I think we're going to look back on this, I know, in years, and we're going to say, wow, that was tough, but I learned so much, or I grew so much. It'll all be okay. But let's come to grips with the fact that probably it's going to be a Zoom Christmas. This is what Romney says, and I love that comment because it is. We're not going to probably get round the table, fly to cities around the world to be with our families. We're going to be at home, and it's okay. But I think that if you have female friends in your life, they will help. So maybe this is a good time to, to find your sisters, find your tribe here at 60andme or in other groups. There are a lot now forming all over the world. And that's what you should do, in my opinion. Yes, family, super important. Kids, grandkids, cannot live without them. But we need our women. We need our girlfriends. Do you have a good friend, or do you have a series of girls women that are girls who are actually close to you and who are giving you support during this time? Have you formed any book clubs or writing groups or cooking groups? Do you get together for a drink once a week or every now and again? I just would love to know what you're doing there. This long, dark winter is going to be ahead of us, and we need to hold tight and get prepared. So it's not to worry about it or anything that you have to do in addition to what you're already doing, which everyone is aware is so much. But look for those girlfriends. Look for the women in your life that you can just say, hey, let's get together once a week. Let's do it. And start conversations on our articles on 60andMe website and on Facebook. That's, it's not the seeing people in the face, the eyes, but it's a good connection. Do what you can. So have your female friends helped you with this pandemic or with really any life challenge? Do you have a tribe? I hope so. But anyway, leave your comments below. Tell us how you're managing with your girlfriends. Have you got any people in your life that you would consider really close, that you're doing some cool things that you can share? I really would like to know. But for now, just take care of yourselves. Stay strong, stay safe and well, and know that we're here by your side here at 60andMe. We appreciate you being here so much. Check out the Patreon group if you want to join a smaller family of sisters, patreon.com/60andMe. And I look forward to hearing back from you in the comments below. Take good care, everybody. Have a really wonderful day. Love you so much. Bye-bye for now.